Hello, my name's Toby. Thanks for tuning in to my latest Friday message. I'll put you out of your misery and suspense. We're over 1,000 in the flu jab campaign here at Ardash, on our way to 3,000 colleagues receiving flu vaccination across our organisation, far and away the biggest number we've ever achieved. But it's not really about the numbers, even though I talk about that. It's about safety, isn't it, for you, for your family, for your patients, for your colleagues. Thank you for getting your flu jab. If you haven't yet, please do. If you've had it done, but you haven't told us, it would be awfully appreciated if you got your data to us. We believe you. You don't need to prove it. Just tell us. Saturday week, our COVID centre will start on the Ticker Road site, provided by primary care colleagues across Doncaster, available to the local population, but available to many of you as well. Still working on best options in Rotherham and across North Lincolnshire. But remember last week I mentioned, and it's here again, how you can get your COVID vaccine booked using the NHS app. All about those two elements of safety. So important. Now, I made a mistake. You're probably thinking which of the many mistakes I've made I want to talk about. But I want to talk about last week's film. Because although I clear the films, I didn't spot that I'd made a mistake. And I want to reflect on that. It wasn't that I had a ring band on my finger during bare below elbows, because providing there's no stone in it, I think it is compliant with our guidance. In fact, I'm sure it is. What it was I talked to you a little bit about some of the promises in our strategy, and I mentioned Promise 5, which is really important. But the words that came up on the screen, which I cleared, as I say, are not Promise 5. Now, how often does that happen at work? We all make mistakes. I guess the learning point here is spotting them, talking about them, pointing them supportively out when something's going awry. Now, no harm done in a chief executive's video, but really important with a kind of organisation where we can have that dialogue to talk about things that we got wrong. What's Promise 5? Remember, Promise 5, really important. It's the commitment in our strategy to involve and include patients at every level of our decision making on a consistent basis, not one-off, not a bit of engagement, not a bit of involvement, but really at the heart of our decision making over the next 5 years. So when we launch our clinical and organisational strategy proper on Thursday at our leaders conference, Promise 5 will be at the heart of what we're talking about. I think it's one of the most exciting and important parts of our strategy, because we really want to make sure that the voices and the diversity, the needs and the wants of our patients are absolutely shaping what we focus on and what we decide to do. So you'll remember Promise 5 now, because it's the one I blobbed up last week. Thank you to people who work miles and miles, either on the treadmill or walking the dog, or on a walk across the Ticker Road site on Tuesday the 10th for World Mental Health Day. And there's a lot of celebrating on as we go through, or memorialising as we go through October, but important to recognise that International Day, and for us all to bring recognition to the stigma and the challenge that can still be associated with mental health. I know people look forward to my weekend predictions. I'm not entirely confident Wales will get over the line in the rugby. What I am confident about is that Saturday is International AHP Day. 8 out of 14 professions represented across Ardash, doing fantastic and important work. Thank you to everyone who's an AHP on our staff. You're a really important part of what Ardash is and what Ardash does. Thanks for all that you do.